Hey guys, what up? What up? How are we doing? We have finally posted the guide for this video. So for anyone that wanted to watch it, that is up. It's been up since Saturday, I think. Today, what we are going to do is I actually don't know what we're gonna do. Yeah, there's a few things I want to do. I want to just play the game because I actually haven't been online all day. Well, other than just playing the game, I would like to also man, everything's having to load. Jesus. Okay, cool. This is around where I should be on the tree. I have what's else to do? I have you to do. I have you. I have you. So these three. This is like gonna be another easy, like, I don't know, 60. This is going to be like 560. This is going to be about the same, so like 10D maybe. I don't know. And then we still have to path to here, yada yada yada. But anyways, what I want to do today is I want to play the game, and I want to also test. I want to test another spirit vessel concept, and if the testing goes well, it means we are going to be running spirit vessel yet again, but this time on the third ascendancy. And yeah, it wouldn't be wyvern this time, so that is going to be interesting because a new way to scale, and it's going to have a lot more high end when it comes to support gems, I think. But first things first, let's just queue up a few maps. I need to buy temple tablets. Okay. I mean, in the meantime, do I want to buy temple tablets? Why do I have these guys? Why are y'all here? I do not remember why these guys are here, but I do think that I need to get waystones. There. So we'll do the 3 citadels first. Starting with Copper Citadel. Which fragment does this one produce again? We'll check you in Divines. It's the expensive one. I feel like it's faded, but I could be wrong. It is faded. It's 6 Divines. Ooh, 6 Divines. That means we're going to use a 140 for you. Then for the remaining 2, we're going to use a 125 for the Matriarch and a 120 for the Patriarch. Let's start with something a bit light. You know, something light. Let's not threaten to break on the very first map of stream, simply because well, first map of streams are typical. Well, first map of the session is typically rough. Then it's also the first map of stream. You never know. I fully expect issues. So let's see how it goes. I'm probably going to have to pause the moment I run into monsters. I'm hoping that there's no daily mirror I have to avoid, because that would add like more than a few seconds to the initial stutter of the map. Once we're done with these three, we will. Well, we're definitely gonna or liquidate the Copper Citadel stuff. We basically have like almost 200 D liquid, if not 200 D liquid. Why is it always delirium? I don't understand why. Anyways, see what I mean? What is this? Oh, I already have Verisium manifestations up.
Meet the dreamer. This land shall we carry his name.
I'm going to miss how I just didn't need to care about my ES on this setup. I think it feels so nice, and it's between a mix of Ghost Dance and my Ascendancy, but like I just have never needed to care about faster start of ES. Oh shit, 3 breach tablets? Don't mind if I do.
You are but an obstacle.
You know, I was going to say, when did the Patriarch calls guy start talking? Before I realized it was just my character. Ooh.
Fate is on my side.
Would I prefer an extra spark ball? I guess beggars can be choosers. No, I don't think this is worth anything. All right, first map done and dusted. Let's go into a second map. Hopefully much quicker because now we've actually loaded some stuff. Eh? All right, Jamara, ready? Let's hope we get enough Waystone chance that we actually drop multiple fragments. This is a 140 map, so I'm really hoping. Yeah, we're at 155. I'm really hoping that's enough to get like 3, but
Cursed bones. Back to the soil.
ooh, divine. It actually is a divine. All right, let's get this divine, shall we? Easy. Is that the same? Oh, so we basically got 4 divines. Holy. GG.
Fortune favored the strong endure. The fallen beat the earth. Meet the dreamer. One way or another, this ends. The era of the Paradon is now.
Submit! You are finished!
Nothing matters now.
What are
but
you
the
doing?
beast. Go. I don't have time for this. Sands, bend to my will. Impede my enemies.
You know, sometimes I forget how much damage I actually have on this setup. Yo, with the delayed sound, I was like, don't do me like that, Jamara. Don't do me like that. Because I've had one Citadel not give me a fragment and I was so confused. And then this over the weekend I helped Arcane do a Citadel and that one also didn't have a fragment. So while it is unlikely, I don't think it is. It's not impossible or the most uncommon thing ever for it to not have for it to not have a, what do you call it? Interesting. All right, we do this. Chaos orb, 1 for 8. No, we do 9.
All right, your order is registered.
This in divines is basically 6, so I'll put both of them up for 12. And whenever it's ready to sell, it will sell. But once it sells, that puts me at 12. That's 195. Basically 200 divines, because I have like easily the rest of that in exalts and chaoses. I just haven't converted these. These are losing value, but I haven't converted these because I don't like spending the gold that it would take to convert back.
Who sent you?
So I'm just like, I'll eat the cost.
Go then.
So getting to copper the citadel's fragments, beautiful. I like it. Take it. Now we just hope this guy gives us fragments. Surely we get 3, right? 3 cradles. Make her like a bandit.
Foul creature.
It pains me to stand against one of my own.
Is he a monk or what? Oh, he is. I wonder if the direction the train comes in is a clue in any capacity. Where's my wyvern? Oh. There we go.
Meet the dreamer. A trifling flame, soon extinguished.
challenge.
Would have preferred if you just give one more cradle. Just one more, no, you know, just for next time, in case you're wondering what I would prefer, just one more cradle is fine. That's my ideal. I guess now I have 3 sparks and 4 cradles. Okay, pretty good. Need to combine them. Put these 2 back. All right, I think it's time we can test a bit about what I would like to do on my next character. I mean, not what's what I'm looking for here. Not perfectly, but let's see. This is the perfect character to test on. Well, not perfect, but the easiest character. I don't have to turn off any, like, yeah, I don't do blasphemies. I don't need to do anything crazy when I'm switching. I don't need to even remember to switch back. Templar tattoo until you hit the right note. All right, so before we do anything, well, we'd have to make a few changes actually, now that I think about it.
I'll try not to cook it up a second time.
Change number 1 is this guy needs to go. You need to go. Change number 2, every non-spirit vessel has to go. Except cleric. Clerics are fine. Wind dancer goes off, sacrifice can go off. And then for the spirit vessel itself, okay. So let me see. Nothing. All right, let's go to 18s because I seem to have a lot of those. Primal, walking calamity. Let's throw that in there. I want to pair this with I don't know that there's anything that I'm crazy about trying in terms of support gems. That is the only thing that I really want in there. This character already gives rage, if I remember correctly. I just need to spare field to start the rage gen. And of course, the bear's auto attack also does the same thing. Basically, what we're going to be testing now is just seeing what's the quality on this. Damages extra fire. I honestly use the skill.
Not but scrap.
So we keep it in presence.
From the earth.
There we go. Does he have a cooldown? Why is he not using it? Does it really take that long for him to generate enough rage or glory? I'm doing good. How are you? So basically it's working. We know it's working. I don't know if there's any issues with what I am currently seeing, aside there's some interactions I am not fully probably understanding. Like I think it's, aside that, I think it's fine. So now, what is the interaction? It feels like there's either a cooldown or the duration is not set in stone, because it says it's a 10-second buff. It triggers base attack time if not standing still. Like it takes longer to attack. The RPG can target a single enemy only once every 2 seconds. Buff duration is 10 seconds. Yeah, the buff gives him 5 rage per second and 30% damage extra fire. And then the meteors do an amount of damage. So unless I'm misunderstanding the amount of rage I'm giving it, which I don't think I am, because I'm giving 5 rage a second. Walking Calamity gives another 5 a second, so that's 10 a second. So long as it's in my presence, of course.
From the earth.
And then his auto attacks are also generating rage.
That was almost a challenge.
Unless I'm not hitting as frequently as I think I am, maybe.
Lovely dusk.
I mean, either way. Dude, can you just do the thing? Thank you. You know what? This actually isn't the best tests environment, because half of these targets are fucking in stone. Not great. So let's do Kima. Let's do Kima. Stream's looking pretty fun. I am not interested in buying whatever or commissioning whatever. So I'm just putting that out there. Do not promote anything. So anyways, this is probably a much better area to test. But then keeping my bear in range is going to be... I'll just walk around it. Whoever it tries to attack, I will be there to give it rage. I feel like he is just not using it now. I feel like he can use it, but he's not using it. How about we do this? Wait, the fragments have already sold. Is there a cost to this as well? Because like from my understanding, there's no costs. It's all just based on how much rage he is able to generate. This AI is also kind of just not always the greatest. Wait, large meteors leave burning ground?
Nowhere is safe. A worthy foe.
What if the reason this is happening is because only the initial hits from my spear field actually triggers rage, in which case I wasn't using it properly the first time? Which means I just wasn't giving him the rage he could have been getting from me. It looks like it easily misses some targets. He's going to use it now, I think. Now? Yeah, okay, cool. So I think only this point, like only the part where I actually hit with Spearfield actually generates rage. Even though the rest of it generates rage, for me at least, it doesn't count as... Actually, it doesn't make sense, if I'm being honest. Because the note itself says after you generate rage for a second. If you have gained rage recently, which I have, but somehow it doesn't count. Okay, so I think all in all, being able to have that up permanently like he should be, if my theory is correct, he should be using it soon, very quickly in this time around. because he needs to generate 50 rage effectively for the walking calamity. 50 rage once after he has generated 30.
Proof of a prowess.
Okay, so minion AoE is definitely the stats to get. With more minion AoE, the meteors target further away. With them targeting further away, Claire will feel better. I don't know what single target is going to look like with this skill. That kind of worries me.
Death from below.
It kind of worries me that I don't know what single target will be like, because unlike we other what if I give it a different bear skill to spam while it's doing its walking calamity thing? Because like while it's doing it, it's just walking around, which I don't hate, by the way. I don't actually hate that it's walking around when, like, after I give it walking calamity, when it gains the buff. These guys, you see, like, I don't like that they stayed up for as long as they did.
The thrill of the hunt.
What skill would I want to use with this though? If I had to give it an actual skill, like what is a good skill to give it?
You've got some goods in.
I got baited. I thought it was a 12D sale. I was like, that was quick. No, it wasn't. All right. Bear skills, because he has to stay bear form. It can't be ferocious roar. It has to be something else.
Furious Slam pounds the ground with your front paws, dealing damage twice to enemies caught by both. If you have enough rage, it will spend some to make much larger, more powerful slams.
Okay, and this is the one that I'm thinking I might do.
Mountain pounds the ground as long as the skill is held, creating molten fissures and building rage. The fissures will erupt again if hit by a different slam.
It's not going to use rampage as far as I know. So really, if I'm concerned for a single target, there's only one thing to do, and that's Furious Slam.
Pounds the ground with your front paws, dealing damage.
If I'm worried about clear, that is when I use Fury of the Mountain.
from the earth.
I'm gonna need you to actually cast the other skill, okay? Does he have to be even further back than Wyvern, or is it just because he actually walks? So his AI is a bit on the so-so side. PoE2 is a good game. I don't know. I've wanted to try it a few times, but I just hate how clunky it feels to play versus PoE1. If PoE2 is a good game, honestly, it's a subject. Oh, it's a good game, but whether you enjoy it or not is, subjective, and it's not something I can tell you or not. I will say PoE2 has, at least for me and why I enjoy playing it, there's an appeal to PoE2 and its combats that no other ARPG quite gets, in the sense of like, it doesn't feel as, it's not as fast as PoE1 by any stretch of the imagination. You're not actually
By nature.
you're not quite killing enemies as fast as you would, but in your moment-to-moment combats, it's easy to have a bit more. It's hard to describe.
A word.
In the moment-to-moment combat of PoE2, there is a bit of interaction you have with your enemies that just doesn't exist elsewhere. Like, there's a bit more reaction, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. What you do matters, and what they do matters, and how you react to what they do matters as well. Now, of course, once you get to the tippity top and you're juicing, a lot of that goes out the window in the form of like meaningful combat, and it becomes a lot closer to PoE1, which is a good thing. You still can scale to that point, but the progression to that point has a lot of interesting moments with combat. And this is not even talking about like bosses, because the boss fights are of course nice, but more so it's really hard to describe. It's one of those things where over time, since I started playing PoE2, I've realized that the combat has a lot going for it that other ARPGs don't have. And it's like, I'll give you an example. When I see certain monster types when I'm mapping, I know with some I just have to be careful. I know exactly what they might do that is a big no-no for me. I know what I could potentially do if it were to happen, and in the form of dodge rolling, or if I'm using like brutes and they've primed them for stun, there are things you can do or ways you can react that you might not find in other ARPGs. Now, for the actual build crafting, I think the current season has done a lot for it, and I think build variety is at its best. You will find many different builds in the high end of what's it called. You'll find many different builds, like a lot of build diversity in top end farming now versus like two seasons ago in PoE2, because back then, I mean, only one or two skills really got to. Only one or two builds were really like broken enough to be like that insane, but now they've added so much to the game that we have so many just weird builds going around. Like, for example, this is a minion I'm currently playing with. this minion can use skills that I socket into it. So like literal skills that the player would use, I can put it in the minion and the minion is going to cast it. The fissures you're seeing, that is a shapeshifting skill. Typically the player would have to change to a bear to use it, but he can use it because of the minion he is, and he is provided by a unique. This unique is what I've been playing with all league. My actual current build, because this is just me testing stuff, my actual current build uses this same unique minion, but then it uses a different skill. So instead of it being a bear, it's a wyvern, and it's shooting like a full screen of oil or electric oil at the enemies and clearing a literal screen at a time. And this is not something that we've had access to as minions in, I want to say, in both games. Like this level of coverage from one minion, I think, is very rare to see in a PoE game, period. And this is coming from playing testing specters extensively in PoE 1 and 2, of course.
Proof of me prowess.
Now, this is not to say PoE 2 is a perfect game by any means. There is a lot for the things he has going for it. It has things that are honestly, I would say, still very, very, very rough. They are very frustrating things that, you know, they're decisions they've made in the progression of or development of this game where I, as a player, disagree with the direction. But it is a fun game. It seems to have a lot going for it. I'm just giving it the new try. I only tried it mostly when it came out. Or if you tried it in 0.1 versus now, the game is very, very different now than it was in 0.1. And it depends on what you also find in PoE 1. So if you enjoy playing around with different, like just playing with the sandbox, trying different skills, all of that, PoE 2 has a lot of that going for it right now, like a lot of it. So you will be well served looking for that in the game. Whereas if it was 2 seasons ago, you might not have found a lot of that. If what you find is you enjoy scaling one character to the moon, there is a lot of scaling to the moon now, with specific lineage gems and specific interactions that you might be looking for. Just there's a lot of progression to be had on one character, and there's a lot of build diversity if you are more of a many characters in the season type of person. It will feel weird coming from PoE 1 to 2. The movement will feel slower, and at times the dodge roll can feel a bit weird, and honestly it takes a while to get used to sprint. But things like sprint, as an example, once you get used to it, the game really stops feeling as slow. It stops feeling slow. Like now, it may not seem like much, but on my current build, I'm able to clear maps in 3 minutes, finish the league mechanic I want to I put in the league, and that's like Alva Temple, kill the boss and dip. For most maps, even if I don't know where the boss is, if I spend a lot of time exploring to try to find where the boss is, I'm spending like 4 minutes in there, and that's it.
Nowhere safe.
You don't like how it feels to use dodge roll and stuff? Yeah, I can understand that. You love trying new stuff and you only play SSF. The SSF in this game is probably not bad. I'm not an SSF player, so I can't really speak to it in any authoritative capacity. I just know the SSF players seem to really enjoy it. Rare items in this game are very powerful, and crafting for me personally is not exactly where I would like it to be, but it is in a decent place. It's in a good middle ground where you can get certain items you want to craft, but you will have a very hard time crafting perfect items. So low to mid end crafts are actually in a very good place, but high end crafts, not really. Not really. Actually, no, that's not true. High-end crafts are there. It's just they're annoying to engage with. That's the difference. They exist and you can do it. They're just annoying to engage with. And in an SSF environment, you're probably not going to do that because it typically entails having many bases. But that's also one of those directions where I'm like, I would rather it went a different direction. So like I don't fully like where it's headed, but that is not enough to say the rest of the game isn't good, you know. The same way in PoE1, you can, when you're going for top end crowds, it typically starts with alt spamming to get like one very rare modifier, and then you go from there. In this game, it kind of has something similar, except instead of having like one base that you spam with a ton of currency, you're trying to farm as many bases as you can so that you can potentially get that mod. But they've also made it easier to get that modifier because there's currency that limits the mod pool, so any modifier below a certain level cannot roll. So you limit the mod pool so it's easier to hit those top tier mods, but then you need the bases to keep trying at getting those mods. And for the top end of build crafting, they added a lot this season. There is now a lot more specialized stuff for build. So as an example, amulets, you know how amulets are. You typically get you get a generic amulet that has the stats you want, and you go from there, like levels, life, yada yada. But now if you really want the top end of amulet, you're going to have to potentially craft it yourself, because what you would want to do is you would want to farm breach. Breach is the source of the best amulets in the game. You can get an amulet that has multiple anoints, like Blight in PoE1. You can get an amulet that gives you a free reservation skill, any reservation skill except like minions and stuff. So if it takes like 100 spirit to reserve, you can get an amulet and be free. Doesn't have, I don't think it has any attribute requirement when it's on the amulet either. So it's a free skill for all intents and purposes. But of course, it starts white, so you have to craft it up. PoE1 is kind of like League of Legends, shows everything you do is instant. Yeah, exactly. So with PoE1, things die. You cast your skill and things die, but it doesn't feel like you, once you get to a certain level, it doesn't feel like you interact with the enemies per se. It's more so you run through the map, things die, you loot. And this is not to say that is necessarily bad or anything. Like it's decent, but the combat, PoE2 combat, has a bit more interactivity. It has a bit more, oh, I am strong enough to where I don't care about these mobs, so I'm going to kill them, and then but then I'll run into a mob that maybe has something that I'm like, okay, we need to be careful about this guy who throws a meteor, for example. We need to be careful about this guy who does this. And over time, you get more accustomed to those little interactions, even when you're very skilled. Unless you're playing a build that actually can just clear your screen without you seeing enemies, and that's a different game entirely. That one, you know, there are builds in this game, if you really want to scale it that far, that are very PoE1 like I think if you're looking at Temporalis builds, you're literally just blinking around, like literally just teleporting. It's like Frostblink or Wintry Blast, but as you're doing that, actually it's exactly like Frostblink or Wintry Blast, because as you're doing that, you're casting other spells that are blowing up the enemies, so like you don't get to see the enemies or anything like that. So there are builds like that if you scale that far, technically. Ability instant shoot separate is like waving your weapon before it does something. It might be only me, but I get what you mean. The abilities have, okay, let me rephrase this. This is a problem predominant with melee skills in particular. again, one of those situations where they went a direction and I don't fully agree with said direction. But with mace skills in particular, many of them just have like slower attack times, like just inherent plus whatever seconds to attack time, just hidden modifiers that kind of make them slower. So you can't really get your mace skill feeling like instant. But when it comes to spells, when it comes to bows, when it comes to non-mace, in a lot of situations it feels very, very good. Like, I'll give you an example, but even melee is fine, it's just mace skills in particular. One of my favorite builds, and this is coming from someone who mostly plays minions that are like very automated. I like not having to press buttons if I have a choice. Actually no, I should rephrase that. I like pressing buttons, but I don't like my button press to be equal to my damage. I would like my damage to be automatic, but then I can do stuff to increase that damage. That is my ideal. But anyways, TLDR, I don't like having to press button enemies die, press button enemies die. I don't like that kind of playstyle typically. But last season, was it? Or 2 seasons ago, I don't remember exactly when. I feel like it was last season. They introduced Druid. I think it was last season, yes. They introduced the Druid, and with the Druid came shape-shifting abilities. And in this shape-shifting abilities was the wolf form. And I think, hands down, the wolf form in terms of how it feels is fantastic. The abilities, wolf form inherently has bonus movement speed. The abilities are very fast. They combo very well. And they play like they were built with each other in mind. So things like you have a pounce, which is basically a pounce on an enemy. You jump in onto them. Then you can use a cross slash, which pushes you back, but you can use cross slash, which pushes you back, but then swipes an enemy, which is pretty decent single target. But it's even better single target if you use like something called ice fragments, to which the cross slash would actually collect and put on the enemy, basically gather in one spot and have them explode, doing decent single target. So the wolf form ends up feeling very, very, very fluid, very nice. It's been one of my better experiences even as a minion player, because I played a minion build on the wolf form using a lot of wolves, right? But the wolves, to bring out their best potential, you had to engage with some self-casting. So you do stuff like pounce applied a mark. You'd use stuff like cross slash to summon some wolves, which were permanent, but they didn't auto resummon, so you had to manually resummon them if they died. You'd use stuff like Arctic Howl, which would make it so you give your wolves damage as extra cold. You would use Lunar Blessing, which was the ultimate skill, which would make it so your melee attacks called down moonbeams that did giga cold damage. Even on without scaling damage, I had a decent amount of damage. And on top of all that, so the Arctic Beam, I made it utility, so it was leeching me a lot of mana. And then I would use Lunar Assault, which is a different one that has very, very high freeze potency. So I'd use the freeze one to try to freeze them. The Howl would then hit this frozen enemy to buff my wolves. I'd use Lunar Blessing when I had rage up, so it stayed up for a while. And it just felt very, very nice. And it's still a minion build, by the way. So I would say it's very build specific if you feel a lot of clunk in your playstyle, or if you don't. But innately, once you start playing PoE 2 from PoE 1, there will be a period where you have a lot of adjusting to do, and it might not feel that great until you've gotten past Act 1 and you actually now have a decent amount of like power to you. But once you keep scaling, it feels very, very nice, and the progression is pretty good. So yeah, I will say PoE 2 is in a very good spot right now, but I will also say give it a try. Try to look for a build where you would enjoy its playstyle. Try to, if you're worried about clunk feeling, stay away from mace. You see maces on one side, you go the other, you give them that a wide berth. You just let them be them, and then you go play something else. I have a bit of a funny sad story from Pierre Wayne. Sure. What is your funny sad story? And while you're typing, I'll get water. It should take me like 30 seconds. Probably less. Okay, I am back. Sup? Ooh, I am good. My apartment is a bit hot. I don't know why, but it is. And I would just finish testing the AI of the bear. Seemed fine, all in all. I spent a lot of time just finding interactions on SSL before last season started, and I found something completely broken. Oh. Okay, okay. How much is this supposed to go for, by the way? I forget. Put it for one divine, see if it sells.
Someone is bound to buy that.
We'll switch it to Exalt and put you at 150. And before the season started, it got accidentally removed. Holy, it got before 3.28? Sure. I'm a big minion enjoyer. All my content is minion focused for a reason. Would have been insane SSF tech, but it was removed. What could it be? What was removed? Spectres? It can't be Spectre related, unless it had to do with one of the QoL changes or something. So yeah, the one where they stop despawning. Oh, that guy. Oh yeah, that guy got removed. Yeah, yeah. I was so sad about that removal. Yeah, I remember the buff. I used that for Syndicate Operatives the season before. Felt very, very good. I really enjoy Syndicate Operatives. So we're going 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2. We'll do 1, 2. Oh yeah, tablets. I need to buy tablets. If you converted damage with gloves on dark marionettes. Yeah, okay. Triad's grip. Ooh, 2D. God damn it, man. 25 chaos is how much? 3D. It's cheaper to just buy something for 3D than that. Or slightly on, might be slightly on that 3D, but I'll just buy 3D. If you converted damage to the gloves, you would keep the 300% damage multi, and not only that, Selfish Shepherd gave 50% HP on explosion instead of 33%. It was one-shotting bosses on one link. Holy. Oh, this person has 2 of them? Simulacrum 30 on cheap gear, 2 link with Ignite Prolif. Then they nuked the conversion damage bonus. But wait, Selfish Shepherd was one of the ritual rings. Which of the ritual rings is that? Is that the one where... Which of the curses is that? It's not Penance Mark. I feel like it's the... It's not Pacify. Let me see. Pure Wiki. Bruh. Selfish Shepherd. Oh, it's the one where it's a rampant dot on your minions, right? But you heal while you heal based on the damage they are taking. Why is the ring not coming up? Let me see. Penance Mark. The Hateful Accuser. Nameless Rings.
They just released a new Twister MTX. What the fuck?
Because I didn't type V. That's the problem. Yeah, it's Affliction. Okay. You made a full unkillable version because you can't down the build. You have a million HP regen, but when the interaction got removed, you just don't do damage. Wait, so let me see. You are relying heavily on the damage converts damage boost, which would have been very, very good for the setup. But because this was removed, is that the only thing that got removed in the interaction? It was insane. Oh, it sounds insane. Definitely sounds spicy. $30, $40.
Go on.
Bro, the new Twister MTX is so fucking cool, bro.
07. And you just got this one yesterday.
Bro, it's...
How? Wait, so why do you know they release new MTXs? Do you just be checking every day?
No, I was watching the guy I followed. He just re-rolled, and so I was like, bro, you just re-rolled, they released a new MTX.
Lol.
It's like, I guess we're going back. And then I looked at it and I was like, bro, you actually... Do you want to see real quick?
You've gotten it?
What kind of dumb question is that, Twister?
I'll
So
see
the
what
answer
I
is
can do
yes.
as I can.
So the answer is yes, Twister.
A bit clunky to build for sure, but also broken. The most broken interactions tend to be those that are clunky. Mostly because with it being clunky, it's a lot easier for GG to say, yeah, we're not going to nerf that because it's not popular. It's a lot easier for them to say this with those guys. And that's how you get the stuff that is broken for a while, because, well, it's not popular, it's just very strong. And if it was not very strong, nobody would play it because it's clunky.
Look at this, tell me this shit isn't actually better than the last one in any way.
I mean, I'm not looking yet. I'm sorting maps.
No worries.
I'll check soon. 135, 130. Okay, let's do it here. 135, 135.
Just thinking of disparage re-rolling too.
125, 120, 125. You're thinking of despair re-rolling? Because you're tired of your build, or
Nah.
like what's the problem? Or because you don't buy the you don't buy the MTX?
What do you mean I don't want to? Did you know GGG has some very friendly refund shit, like policies for MTX?
No.
You can actually refund anything. You know most games don't let you refund microtransactions?
I'm aware.
You can
Most
actually
don't.
refund. You have a limited number of things you can refund every league, though. That's the
Interesting.
limit. Think about that. That's fucking insane.
That's cool. All right, let's see this MTX.
Tell me that shit isn't so fucking cool.
I'll be honest,
Isn't
I can't really see the elemental aspects of the twisters
Bro, who
anymore.
cares about the elemental? Fuck the it's perma. We have tamings in the game. When there wasn't taming there, yeah, we wanted to see. But like like look at it now. Tell me does it not look cool? Yeah, it takes away the elemental effect, yes.
I prefer the purple one. But yeah, it
I
looks
like it
it
because it
looks
reminds me of like prototype the game.
prototype is that was a good game.
I tried replaying it recently and the PC version is bricked on Steam.
How?
Just like at a particular mission just stops working and the game just crashes.
Oh wow. That is brick, holy.
Don't you love it?
I was testing so many random specters if they're good, and now most of them are just trash. Or any pure face convert that was good is just trash now. I really don't like that they removed the interaction without any compensation. I just wasted the map, holy. Why did I do that? Why the fuck did I do that? Could have used any.
Open and close.
No, it's not that big of a deal. I just put a map into clear hideout, my first hideout of the season. Why? Because it's in my path, and I use one of my 100 plus, not 100 plus map actually. It's less than 100, so it's not that big of a deal. But one of my maps that I wrote for, you know, actually just traversing the Atlas. But like we all know, I'm not dropping anything here, so I really should have just thrown in a random map. But again, not a big deal. It just occurred to me as I clicked traverse, and I'm like, oh god, why did I do that?
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, I don't like that they nerfed the converts interaction the way they did, because I mean, I get it was pretty strong, but even with the buff, those face convert minions weren't, they really weren't that like strong compared to like Rage Defilers and Frostbearers in meta, because those guys didn't convert and they were still like the top. It's like, but the ones that were converting, you know, you could build around them. Like I said, I built Syndicate Operatives last season. It was very, very fun. Can I do it again this season? Fuck no. I couldn't do it in 3.28 because all that damage is gone. It's like, good luck. And I just wish, like, I get it was probably introduced, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but you know, probably not, with the change to elemental damage on monsters. So it was unintentional. I get it was unintentional, but I feel like they should have compensated for the face convert minions at least, or specters.
GGG really making me impulse buy. I'm actually gonna refund the purple one right now.
Okay. That's the MTX you got reminds me of Automaton Herald MTX,
Yes,
I think.
it does. Holy, you ever have every single Aziri chest tank? That's kind of crazy.
Oh, you're doing Atiri now. That guy getting out the communion on your first one is crazy work.
You saw what I sent you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You saw what bro was putting in this fucking I was like, I've killed her 5 times. I'm like, you're a liar. You have not. Because you're literally doing everything to not fight her. Just running from her.
Anti series strats. Right now in period 1, I really do not like the Spectre variety. I feel like there just isn't, which is why last season, did I play Spectres last season? I feel like I didn't. I did Domblo, I did Chaos Golem of Maelstrom, and I did Banners. I did not touch Spectres last season. And I think for me to go a season without touching Spectres just means there just wasn't anything interesting in the Spectre realm. And that's unfortunate. Because the season before, like 3.27 with the elemental change, I think I played what 2-3 Spectre builds. I know I did Retrofilers, but I also still, even though I did Retrofilers, I still did Syndicate Operatives. But what was the middle build? Because I feel like there was a build before Syndicate, but after the Filers. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what it was at this point. They buffed the full broken. Yeah. What was the change again? They made it so level scaling. So the minions would get more level scaling with levels, the Spectres, which in turn just straight up buffed Retrofilers and Frostbearers. But everything else just that lost the actual converts was, you know, still gimped. Played a bit with the new stuff on the boss and range animate weapons. The new stuff. The zombie one that gives you a shield and all that from Saresh. Oh, what's that? I didn't actually get around to playing with that. Oh shit, Hollow Edge with the Prime, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Free share hype. Yes and no. So when it comes to free share, I'm looking forward to playing it, but I'm also having a lot of fun with PoE2, and I do have some build ideas. So I am on the fence of free share. I will check it out for a minimum a few days, and if I'm enjoying myself, it will go on longer. But in that time, I will probably be playing PoE2 off stream / probably even on stream. Not too long after.
Do you think the economy would hurt your enjoyment of PoE2 if they start the giga tanking?
PoE2's economy?
Yeah, or do you think you can have fun regardless?
It depends on if what I have fun doing is profitable compared to this economy. I don't like the gold implications of inflation in this game. That is the worst part of. That is my worst part of inflation in PoE2. Like everything else is fine. If I'm making 100 divines versus making 10 divines, but like my spending power is the same, I'm kind of fine. But when you're making 100 divines, you know, if you want to buy anything that's not just one divine, you're spending God knows how much gold, like a literal ungodly amount of gold just to get the exalt or the chaos needed, and it's like that's not fun. So at some point the economy will be in a spot where I feel like, yeah, I will just naturally have to let PoE2 go, even if I'm not quite ready for it yet. So that is part of why I'm like, I kind of just want these are a lot of enemies, holy. As I was saying, that is partly why I want to get more ground in PoE2 now while the economy is not there, because I mean, I'm not trying to reduce the amount of time I play next season, and I have an interesting relationship with PoE1 where I enjoy it, but playing things like Frisia literally just a week, 2 weeks before it, I feel like it takes away from how much I can play PoE1. Kill Brakus. Does he just become immune to damage when he gets to like 20% or something? I feel like he does. Like I feel like he actually has a point where he becomes immune to damage and then he has to phase or something, but there's no obvious phase animation. So like, just play period one when it comes out. That's what I will do. Have you ever played SSF? I have not played SSF. Do I have thoughts on it? Oh my god, I just realized I had maps that I had rolled before that I forgot about completely. Okay, I guess we have more maps now to play with. I haven't played SSF, but my thoughts on SSF is the reason I stay away from SSF is I know people say it's better than trade, and I can definitely see the appeal in SSF, but where I would have issues with SSF is I enjoy playing many different builds, and I think the time to scale your build in SSF is way longer than trade, and because it's way longer, I will probably get tired of a build way before I get to the point where I would have liked to scale the build, if that makes sense. So before I scale the build enough to where I'm satisfied with where I scaled it to, I am tired of playing the build and I'm looking for something new. That is my concern with SSF.
Anger is power.
Do I have time to play SSF? It's very time consuming.
Back to the soil.
I bet it feels very worth it. Like it feels very rewarding and all that. But it's very time consuming. It gives you more PoE playtime. But yeah. That's why I stick to trade, because the part I seek in ARPGs for the most part is being able to create builds, being able to test different interactions. The same way I have this build that is obviously doing really well, but I just went out of my way to test a different interaction. Who is this? Oh, Sacred Reservoir guy.
African's Knight. Dibs.
Surely he drops it when he's someone that's from summoning circle, right?
Can they drop shit like that?
I don't think so.
Is there even a reason to fight them there? I say we have the option, I just don't get what the upside is.
If I wish I knew what the upside was. I can't tell you.
I thought that's what that was. I was like, oh shit, we can get the loot.
I mean,
And then, like,
you've
I got Count Gino, I think. We can get like.
I've gotten Jamanra. Did you see a free fragment?
Like, bro did nothing.
I thought it was like a free fragment when it happened. It was not.
Well, the chance of it happening, it's kind of disappointing. I think I just don't click summoning circles anymore, to be honest. They also feel bad to click.
Because of the wait time or what?
Someone, let me just squeeze to the first one. Second one. It just feels weird.
Squeeze. Like, I talking about like actually clicking those things, because I mean sometimes they are awkward to actually like place your mouse and click on.
It's the awkwardness. It's the awkwardness.
Yeah, they are awkward. But I just click them because I mean that's why I've dropped my two latest fracturing orbs.
Probably a good point. As someone that hasn't seen one, maybe I should click them.
I just like how you farm all different contents in the game and it's always meaningful. That is the advantage, right? You get to, there's a reason to click everything, and you do have to click everything. But the counterpoint to that is if you just feel like right now, if you want to farm a mechanic, you have an itch for, let's say, Harbinger or something. SSF doesn't necessarily let you do that as much. Why did I pick this? It doesn't let you do that quite as much, because you might have to, your next upgrade involves, let's say, a fracturing orb, for example. It doesn't actually, but like, let's just say it involves a fracturing orb and you want to, but you have to go for Delve because you feel like playing Delve. you know there's potentially an upgrade there in the form of like max specters, but you know realistically you're not getting that. But if you didn't want to throw your progression, you should be going for Harbinger, because that is a very easy guaranteed very easy upgrade that you can get real quick. That's just an example where it's like you have the content you want to farm, but then you have the content you know you should farm. Fate has its own version, of course, where it's like you might want to farm one thing and it's just not that profitable, so you now have to either farm it and say, you know, screw profits or screw min-maxing, versus, or you min-max and you say, yeah, I don't really need to engage with the content I want to engage with. I always just do what I feel like doing, regardless of if it's the most profitable thing ever, so long as I am not, so long as I'm making money from it and I feel like I'm making progress, I will do whatever I'm doing that's good, that I'm having fun with. And that's the way I've always approached farming. I should have waited for his drops to actually drop.
I have random currency. Please. I need money right now.
Builds are kind of funny to do. Also, different builds just from different items you might find. If you find rare items, yeah. It's definitely one of those game modes where you can also say, I don't know what I'm going in to play. I just know I want to be a minion enjoyer, so I'm going to play witch, and we'll see what I drop, and that will determine what I play. And then halfway through, you drop, let's say, a soul rest, and you're like, oh, I guess we're going phantasms or something. Like, that's not a rare one, but like, let's say you go, you drop, what's a rare minion unique? Is there any? Spectre Dark Monarch, I guess, something like that.
Yeah, that'll take a lot of farming.
Yeah, like you click Dark Monarch and then you get Spectres, or whatever the first one you get, and it's like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. Oh, I was like, why are there two colorful balls? Yeah, it's because this area is Estazunti. Divine spam Dark Monarchs.
They're not definable.
Can you divine? I don't know if they are. Like, I don't know. Can you divine from one minion type to another? I mean, it might be divinable and it's just not worth divining for the most part because of prices. I don't actually know. So you can. So it looks like you can. It's probably just not worth divining most times because there's like 13 different options or something, if not more. Yeah, there's many Dark Monarch versions, so it's probably just like, if there's an expensive version, you're probably still better off not divining in a trade environment. So that's why I wasn't entirely sure, because there are two reasons why you wouldn't divine a unique like that if it's divinable. Typically, it's either it's not divinable, or if it is, then it's just not worth divining. And if it is worth divining, then they will typically be around the same price.
Let's see if you're still so calm when I'm through with you.
Where is my... What are you doing, my guy?
Not yet.
You only play SSF? I mean, that's cool. In some ways, I wish I could actually play SS. What the fuck was those?
Weak because you refuse.
In some ways, I wish I could. Oh, Jesus Christ! What?
Here?
No. They put the nastiest ignite on me. Like, you know how I have 6k ES? Yeah, that shit blipped out of existence. My
gloves or what?
no, I was standing on 2 rogue exiles, so I don't know what they did to me.
Oh fuck! You fought the dude with the ignited ground based on maximum life. That's what that is.
All I know
There's a rogue
is
exile with those boots.
all I know is there was on 2 rogue exiles, and all of a sudden my ES swoop life drained. Like I was spamming my life flask because that shit was draining stupidly
I
fast.
watched that shit murk people in hardcore this league. They're just an autopilot. Oh, another rogue exile. Bro just walks past you, walks that burning ground for percentage of his max life.
Which is percent of his max life?
Yes, yes.
Oh shit, that explains so fucking much.
All of a sudden you put an ignite on you that makes you spam your pot like you're in the spider dungeon in Diablo 4.
We meet him. Another wisp. Here we go.
I don't know why the fuck I made that sound, but whatever.
And now it lives on stream forever.
Don't let up.
I suggest you give it a try after you're maybe done with grind on trade on some season. You see, here's the thing. When I'm done with trade for a season, the reason I typically am done with trade is because I'm either just tired of PoE gameplay in general, because like I get to the point where I'm just tired of PoE gameplay and I kind of do, I don't want to touch another essence. I don't want to do anything, or I'm out of build ideas that I want to play. And if I had to try SSF, odds are I'll start with something that can work on like res, that's relatively strong baseline, and I can scale it up from there, which in my case would probably be something like Dumblo or Wretch Defilers. But these are all things that I have played in the past. There's no novelty to the gameplay. So I will what would happen is I'll get started and I'll just get tired before I get anywhere. And if I chalk that up to I don't like SSF, then you know it is what it is. But I know better than to say that, because it's just I'm tired of PoE at that point. So if it's a situation where I want to try SSF, it's something that I will do way before I'm done with the season. It might not be league starts, but it might be something along the lines of like maybe after my first or second build, I'm just like, okay, let's try SSF now. Do you play other games at PoE? Yep, I play I was supposed to say I play PoE. I play all ARPGs pretty much. That's what I primarily stream, ARPG stuff. So TLI, I don't say last epoch, because like last time I played it was like for a weekend, or if even.
Season was fun.
What did I play last season? You have to remind me.
What did you play?
Yeah.
I don't know what's really does it count?
That's my point. I don't think I played it.
Yes, my beloved.
Oh yeah, the Raptors that made me log out. I guess there was that. I feel like I played something before Raptors that was successful, and Raptor.
Was the bad one, and then the next thing was the successful.
No, the first one was a good one, and then Raptors were the bad one. I just wanted to make Raptors work. It was something where I could scale the maximum easily, and they rewarded me for scaling maximum, whereas Raptors felt like they were actively punishing me for touching that. What was it? What was the minion? Keep in mind, we last epoch I actually play I played SSF last epoch season. I have fun with SSF in last epoch specifically, because the time to get to the point where I am strong and I get to the point where I'm satisfied with the build is not quite as long as PoE SSF, and even then I still get tired of it before I get like to all the 2 LPs I need and whatnot. Before I reach that min maxi point, I'm way checked out. I don't get to 300. I don't get to like what's his face anymore, Abaroth anymore. I don't care enough to get to 300. Like for me, that's a lot of gameplay, and by the time I'm getting there, I'm already bored with the build and I want to try something else. That's just an example. Any competitive games, I play League of Legends, but I haven't played it in a while, but I play League of Legends. I used to play Congrats, I got 2 as well. I put them for 60, which is not the going price, but
Holy, there's 2,000 up at 60. Holy.
I'm slow selling it for 6.
Guess I'm not in a hurry.
Any on most or all of them? I play any on League of Legends and Deadlock. My peak rank from when I was actually taking league seriously was Diamond, I believe. Yeah, Diamond. This was after they introduced Emerald. Well, I hit Diamond before they introduced Emerald, and they introduced Emerald, and then someone told me I couldn't hit Diamond again, so I went ahead and I did it again for the culture. And I don't think I've really played seriously since then. And that was like, what, a year, 2 years ago, something like that? Yeah, NA. So we have another Copper Citadel and we have a Patriarch Halls. So let's just blast through these 2. We have this guy we need to get to. And there's somebody up here, this guy. This is closer, so I'll probably go for this one first. All right, for the Copper Citadel.
Is so expensive. I was gonna try rolling my maps with those things. They're like 69 a piece.
Chaotic quantity was down again.
They're no grand pack size. I'm assuming they're all up now. They're actually all worth at least 20x. Damn.
What's worth 20x?
All those omens for rolling maps are all like decently pricey now.
This is Patriarch Halls. Oh, let's not waste our 140 then. Put the 140 back, put in 125. Actually, no, what am I doing? It's funny, I was always going to use the 125 for it, but I put the 140 for the Copper Citadel. That's what I actually used it for, and that's supposed to be the first one. So 140 there, the tablets as needed. Okay, where am I from? From Nigeria, but currently in Canada. Would be funny to try any server, but playing with like 150 to 200 ping with too much pain. What server are you on? EU West? If you say 150 to 200 ping, I'm assuming EU.
Blinded by dogma.
I think I get similar. I think I get like 160 to 180 ping when I play on EU West, because actually I have an EU West account that was my original account, and then I created an NA account once I moved years ago. Holy 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Surely this isn't Orb of Anomen, right? 3 perfect. Old Road Saga. Is that good? Is that the good one or?
What Saga's money?
1.1.
Medved? An
You.
Ibrid? Bro, stop with the explosions. Fuck.
Allroad Saga is 1.1 chaos. It's so I'm going for my 3 perfect chaoses. Thank you.
God damn it.
Please kill things. Thank you. I don't. This is not the time to rent. I need you to just shoot.
I need mana.
This is a very tight layout that I do not enjoy. So we are just going to rely on your obscene damage. Beautiful. I just got 3 perfect chaoses. This is going to be such an insane map because this is also a copper citadel. So
Not real. Not real.
yeah, I'm just not going to go anywhere close to you. How is that? I've learned my lesson. What is the name of the boots that give them the ignite ground stuff? Let me know what to look out for. Do you know? EUS and EUNE, mostly EUNE all my life. It's the worst EU server, but I've been challenger there since season 5 most seasons. Oh shit, I'm talking to a challenger.
Artillery's an art. And I'm a bloody.
Why are there so many rogue exiles? The fuck? Like actually, what are we doing here?
Brace yourself. Back to the sword. No mana.
One way or another.
Play the love competitive games in your life. When did I start playing competitive games? I've not played it for like for too long. I've done actually that's not true. I can't say that's true because I would say when did I start playing MOBAs? I started playing MOBAs in like 2010. 2010, 2011. My first MOBA was Vainglory. Very fun game. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Shit has gone through the ringer since then.
Sands bends to my will. Impede my enemies.
Wait, I removed my single target before I was done with the fight. Holy, that's kind of dumb, but I mean, he still died. I autopilot removed it. 2 faded, we'll take it.
Still holds surprises.
So that's another like 12D if it sells for that price. I guess now I could technically do like 4 for 23 and that would insta sell. I'll put it up for 2 for 12 though.
I'll fill that
Put up
in
another
as soon
one.
as I can.
If it doesn't sell by tomorrow, I'm gonna do the 23 for 4. So yeah, I started back in like 2010, 2011 with Vainglory, and then years later, like 2013-ish maybe, I tried League of Legends. I actually started League of Legends when Kane was released. So Kane, League of Legends release dates. Like it was before Kane was released, but I remember Kane being one of the. So 2017 was when that was released. When was the first? Was it first? Blood Moon event or something like that. I feel like there were multiple. 2017. Okay, so this is around when I started playing. 10 to 14 was the Blood Moon, and then there was August. One of these, I don't remember which of the patches, but I feel like I see two Blood Moons or one. So this is this. When was Kane? Kane was July. I think it was 2017 I started. So I started playing League around 2017. So up until 2017, I was playing Vainglory. And honestly, at some point in 2017, I was still playing Vainglory. Like after I started League, I was still playing Vainglory until League just took over for me. I miss Vainglory sometimes. Dabbled a bit in Albion. Hey, I've also played Albion. I've also dabbled in Valorant. I've never played Overwatch or CS, but Valorant I played for like a month, 2 months. Like when I got into Valorant for a very short bit, and in that short bit I was actually relatively serious about it, in the sense of like I cared enough about it to practice my aim. That's like the only game that has ever made me practice my aim. Didn't care for it, which is why, you know, I don't still play it. But I realized very quickly with Valorant that I was getting ping diffed. In that, one of the things in Valorant that is very important is like peeking corners. And I realized that when I peek corners, it's not an even fight. In the sense of like the person is seeing me before I've seen them even. Like genuinely. And when I realized that, it took away some of the will to even practice my aim, if you will. Not aim, but like reaction, I guess, to or strategy. I'm just like, I just didn't care as much anymore. Cause like I played some on EU server because that was my main account's location. I played some on NA. The ping difference was big, but even the NA one was still enough to where there was an advantage to be had based on ping, and that wasn't the funnest feeling. Immortal 3 is my peak. Fun fact, I didn't play Valorant long enough to know all the ranks. I do know Immortal is high up there, but I can't tell you if that's higher than Radiant or I don't know. I know some names of some of the ranks, but like that's about it when it comes to how much I know about the rank system there.
Fuck FPS games.
Needless to say, Arcane has extensive FPS experience, should I call it? He has a lot of feelings surrounding them. Let's say.
You are but an obstacle.
Met my wife on them, so they're good for some things.
Yeah, in between all the people tell you to kill yourself. There's that one ray. Out of like 1,000 dark clouds. Yeah, I played Albion. I actually played Albion for a while in like 2020. I was deep into Albion for a bit. Like I remember playing Albion and wanting to be like I got my character or my levels up a fair amount. I wanted to be a crafter. I didn't care much for the PvP aspects of Albion, which is eventually why I bounced, because crafting the more I got into Albion, the more I realized what it's meant to be a crafter, and the more I just didn't want much to do with it, in the sense of like, if you want to be a proper crafter where you're crafting the shit you gather, selling stuff like that, you have to be a part of an alliance, not even a guild. You have part of a guild that's in a big alliance that controls some of the areas that have rare shit, because they're all in PvP, full PvP areas, which is shite.
Kind of this map.
What you died?
The two div expedition, yeah. I don't know what's going on. I'm just getting one shot.
You need to be some guild. Exactly. And that didn't appeal to me. And whenever I looked at joining any guilds, they're always like, oh, we have our PvPs at this time, like 5 a.m. You better be there. And I'm like, bruh, well, I don't know what you want from me. I can't be there. Like, no. 5 a.m. Like, fuck that. And it was always consistent. They always try to be consistent with like the time in most of the guilds. I'm just like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. So I ended up, instead of going the crafter route, I went the hardcore expedition route, where I made most of my money doing hardcore expedition, going with learning the different dungeons. I tried tank, I tried healer, I tried DPS. I was actually decent as most. I would say my best was healer. Then my second best was tank. I didn't like DPS. Where am I going from the start?
On my body,
I-
there are literally.
My guy, I don't
7
see your
rares.
body.
I'm by the. I'm to your left. Oh, go up, go up. I'm to the left there. Yeah, right there.
Like, oh,
Right there.
I need mana.
See your health.
I see.
See your health.
I can't click it
I
by
think that
the.
was damage to you. Maybe that was really.
Yeah, you said the expedition, I think. So you are the one that can click it.
GG. You can just leave if you want.
You are not the valid owner of this remnant.
How
Do
about
you
that? I'm
need?
gone.
It says the same thing. You're not the valid owner.
It's fine. Thanks anyway.
I guess. Try going into Val Ruins, maybe. Maybe if you go through Val Ruins, you can go back into your map and get it. I don't know.
I literally. Nah, it's all good.
Okay.
Thanks anyway. I appreciate it. Keep dying today, but I think. I get up soon.
Corrupted dungeons is like 1v1 dungeon. Yeah, I know about corrupted dungeons. I did it for a short while. I tried it. It was okay. What the fuck? I just saw a bug that I'm going to have to kill. Give me a quick second. I need to kill this shit. All right, I'm back. It was right above my PC, so it was hard to get. I don't know if I got it. I hit it, and it's not there on the ground somewhere. Couldn't find the body. It wasn't on the slipper I used to kill it. So odds are there's either a corpse or a walking insect somewhere. One or the other. It's lucky it wasn't in somewhere I could more easily reach. I guess I'll find it eventually. On the bright side, it isn't a flying insect, I think. So I hope. So eventually I'll see it slowly crawling somewhere. But yeah, where were we? I feel like if I hit the high rank I want, if I hit a high rank I want or go, I lose my motivation insta after. So for corrupted dungeons, was there a rank? I feel like I don't remember. I mean, I didn't do it enough to know if there was a rank, to be fair. I don't know if I can link on YouTube. You should go there and look. Oda, I was legit winning all the fights. Killed Zizarat. It's either side for rank or just on leaderboard how much infamy you have. Oh yeah, so it's based on infamy. And was there an in-game leaderboard you could use, or did you just have to go on the site and put like your infamy to see where that is, like rank wise? I think next we pass here. So we do this into this, or this into this, into all the same, really.
Yes.
Infamy's in-game site has its own ranking system. Okay. That makes sense. Tell me why I'm still looking around, hoping I see this book so I can make sure it's dead.
Loathsome creature.
Why are you being highlighted, my guy? You're not a tiered ring. You know what? Let's check stuff like this. Filter Blade, come here. Come and explain to me why on earth this is showing. Rare rank A. If it's tiered, then sure. Show me the ranks. But on tiered, don't show me fuck. Don't show me fuck all, my guy. I don't want none of that. And don't show me rank C, please. Period. Well. Alright, fine. Okay, we've done that now. So that should not be showing anymore once the filter is. Anyways, I'm the hella tired. Have fun in your stream. I wish you good luck. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for hanging out for as long as you did. It was fun chatting. Hope I see you again soon. And have a good night. What do we have here? Nope. Well, yeah, the Albion days were fun. Actually, enjoyed them mostly because I think that's the one. I won't say it's one MMO I really had like a community in, because like I was doing HCs. I found some really good friends for a bit there. It was very nice. Yeah, Brackish just has a period where he just stops taking damage, and then he does the fire beam down, and then he can take damage again. Okay, that's how that works. Cool. Now I know. I don't know if you can one-shot him to the point where he doesn't do that, and it's just because I don't one-shot. I wonder.
Treasure waiting to be.
I've reached a point in my current build where now that I know there's going to be a next build, I don't quite feel like min-maxing as much as I wanted to, like literally 2 days ago. Oh my god. Dude, I just clicked a strong box. Tell me why this shit popped into 3 different divine orbs. Does this map have anything special? It doesn't. What mods did I have on that box? Now I'm curious. I am actually curious. More quant of items, more rarity of items dropped from strongbox monsters, effectiveness of strongbox monsters unguarded by 4 packs of monsters. So maybe it's the rarity, it's the more rarity of contained items plus the increased rarity of dropped items multiplying each other. And then of course more quantity in that as well. Maybe it's just, let me go back to that strong box. Let me see some. Oh no, that was all it dropped. Holy, scrolls of wisdom. Oh, it wasn't like it dropped a shit ton and just we saw 3 divines. Like it actually just dropped 3 divines. It probably just upgraded currency thanks to the rarity multiplying and all that with the quant. It had enough to upgrade. That's my theory.
Misguided fool! Welcome, honored guest.
That is the only thing you have that's of value? Okay. The maps have definitely given me more than my money's worth back. You know, a mechanic in PoE 2 I'm not the most clear on, which I didn't realize I wasn't clear on it until I think today when I was theory crafting. Crits. So when in PoE 2 and PoE in general, when an attack rolls a crit, for example, let's say the wyvern is shooting oil barrage, if it rolls a crit, every projectile in that attack is going to be a crit, right? But what happens and how does that interact with something like malice? No malice, crit weakness. Because that gives a base crit, but that gives a base crit on the enemy. So it's basically chance to be crit, not chance to crit. So does that work like for an attack that is ongoing? Does that mean multiple different projectiles might have multiple different crit settings because the person didn't roll crits but the enemy rolled crits? Or is this some weird hybrid behavior, or does it just change what the person that is attacking rolled? Like, my guess is, if I had to guess, is each attack with crit weakness can individually roll crits, and if it didn't crit from the entity that's attacking it, it's going to add the base crit and roll for that again, something like that. But I don't think there's a way to confirm this, and I couldn't find anything when I was actively checking for information.
Spirit, guide us.
So you went to that strong box, you
Time to tarry.
kind of don't want to do this one, but got me absolutely fuck all.
None may leave this accursed island.
Fracturing orb, that's like 6D. Again, from a summoning circle boss in an area that is not cleansed.
Anger is power. You are weak because you refuse it.
Where is the rogue exile?
Lives on.
I have a feeling that area goes somewhere, namely to the last league mechanic, but I could be wrong on that. We'll see. Yeah, I thought so. Or it could be here, I guess. Let's kill the boss. Doesn't matter. None may leave their cursed house, right?
None may leave this accursed island. Do not believe his
Yes, it was down here. Nature shrine. So we have 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's an iron scissor right beside us. Like, where is the blue beam coming from? It is right behind it. So that is fracturing orb number 3. How much is the perfect kills currently as well? 5. Ooh, so that was a 15 divine map plus 2 fragments, 12. So that was a 27 divine map. The one that dropped the 3 perfects. Holy shit, that is some RNG.
I want to run waste don't drop chance for patriarch calls.
Yeah. If you have one like a category of like highest waystone drop chance, that is not the one you for patriarch. I always just switch.
The switching is
That's why I've been stacking them up and then I just blast through some.
yeah. I'm not.
Like I set like 3 different
I'll do that. Alright.
Nothing for me. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Surely, right? A very rare unique item or a perfect chaos?
Dave's on Mage Blood.
When will you realize that doesn't work? PoE 2 very rare unique item. What a very rare unique item.
What are you checking? Bro, it's a T1 or a T0. That's it.
It's not just rare, it's very rare.
It's a 1 in 16.
It's
I know,
a
that's what I said.
It's a 1 in 16.
Yeah, for you to hit what? For you to hit that. You can still hit other things. I mean, you're gambling, alright? It's up to you if you're looking for money.
I mean, I'm not so desperate that I'll pick it or pick a 1 perfect chaos. Oh, perfect jewelers. I'm not going to pick 1 perfect chaos over it.
There was like 3 perfect chaos. I'd be like, alright, maybe we should chill.
I mean, 3 perfect chaos is like 15D. A perfect chaos is currently 5D. Surely this is my mage blood clip, right? This is where we get the mage blood.
Blender's touch. Easily be something not bad too.
Moment of truth. Surely. Bruh. Sag.
X is decent.
Surely, right?
League Star, that's exciting.
Yeah, 3 weeks into League Start, I guess.
How much is it now?
30 exalts.
Holy. Bill from Chris.
My mage blood. I didn't think it could drop you barracks, but I guess it's fine. It's only minus 5D. Not the end of the world. The waves that those remnants were spitting out though were had a lot of waves, but it's to be expected because it was a 9 rune remnant.
Damn.
What was that? Okay, so we have to deal with our first crash of the night. At least it took a while before it happened. Hopefully it doesn't actually kick me, but we'll see. This will be a bit, I think.
Offline.
I'm offline.
Yeah.
07.
Only first try. Rocky at his time.
At least it didn't happen when I was going with my very rare item. That'd have been nerve-wracking.
A lot of bills I want to play, a lot of money I don't have.
Lol.
That shit is sad. I tell you that I scrapped my idea for cast on dodge gemming.
Why? You couldn't make it work with 600 D or something?
Oh yeah, it's like someone was just saying I went into this for 14.
You sent the screenshots of what now?
Like a Reddit convo about it.
Just starting this and have Palm plus about 20 div to spare. This is quite pricey. Palm isn't the expensive item here. A lot of hidden costs. I would say attempt this build with 800 to 900 div. Starting from 3.3k was just barely enough to get the build into a really good spot. And even then I had to make about 4k div of obvious compromises with less than ideal gear. Will not recommend starting until you have at least 1.5 to 2k. Or everybody can get the alternatives at the same price point. What is weaker really? In a game where you were looking for a challenge? Is weaker really?
Because the game needs to be good because you're going to be CI with like 3k ES. And you're going to be down bad.
What kind of gear are we looking at? Like just crits? You're going for CI gear, but what else are you going for on the gear?
CI gear, but you're using a lore weave. Because the lore weave needs particular mods, that's expensive. You want a really good wand. If you're not using the rune colors wand, that's expensive. You want the cast on dodge amulet with crafted spirit, flat crits, and plus all spell skills, and that's expensive. You want you can't craft your unique, it has to be the dodge unique you get from Arbiter, the dodge one that gives you bigger dodge roll distance because you're cast on dodging, and that's expensive. Not expensive for that item, but to get a decent roll. And then you want a good amount of like jewels that are just pricey. And if you make compromises there, you make compromises here, you compromise in a little bit of defense just so I can do T14 maps, and you're looking at the character, you're like, wow, 2k ES on 2k ES on the CI build. What am I doing? Res is tight. So I already didn't really want to play without Mage Blood. So, yeah.
07.
But I liked it because I thought I could sell my Garokans for it because it doesn't need that, but like that's not happening.
I thought you didn't like the idea of cast on dodge.
I was trying to just like say, like, why not just send, you know? Well, you know, I don't know how long those things would be like that. Why not just actually give it a shot? I still wasn't sure how I felt about it, but I didn't want to like slam it before I gave it a try, but it's actually so pricey.
Yeah.
There aren't a lot of pricey builds. I could play Arc Totem Gemling and it wouldn't be that pricey, but I don't know.
I mean, that one's an 07.
When we learn. Pray, Drakiatus.
Good luck. Surely you save up 3k divines so you can roll cast on dodge, right?
No. I think.
I mean, honestly, I could have told you that. How would you get to 3,000 divines, my guy?
I'd have to actually drop Emerald.
Don't you mean 2 mirrors?
Well, one mirror is 4k, so no.
So 2k?
Fork-tongued fiends.
What?
So you're confusing me.
What's cool? How am I confusing you? You forgot about your self-imposed pact?
Oh. Yeah, sorry. I know that's what you're talking about. I was confused.
I am too.
Wouldn't it be insane to drop a mirror though? I feel like I remember hearing that there's a mirror option for the remnants. Surely that's how you get it, right?
There's a rare remnants. Yeah. You can get it on 9s. I'm pretty sure you can, right?
Wouldn't surprise me.
9s.
9 is the max, or is it a 10?
There's 10.
You sure it's not on a 10? Could be.
I was just about to say it might be on a 10 when I said that, because I know 9 can be 9 can actually be quite a lot. You can just get like 3 animals on 9, which is one of the other things to get, I guess.
When in a world where there's 3 perfect chaoses, getting 3 annals is something.
Actually dropping a good, very rare unique.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I saw a 9, to be honest. Shit is rare as fuck.
Yeah. Same. For the longest time I didn't have what's it called?
Elder's Legacy on a 9.
Yeah. And so seeing 2 today is kind of crazy RNG, because like for
Seen 2.
yeah, I dropped 3 perfect chaoses from one and the very rare unique on the other. It was on a stone citadel. A copper citadel. I saw the 3 perfect, so that map gave me 27D. Unironic, because they also dropped 2 coppers, 2 faded fragments. So yeah, needless to say, I bought 3 tablets, 3D each. Should have more than paid off. Not that I haven't touched a temple yet. These are temple mobs.
6 Rekiata skill, please. In 2 days, please.
Good luck. I also dropped the fracturing up today, so also summoning circle, so
I heard.
so it's therefore still clicking them.
How much are there?
They're about 5 point something divines, almost 6.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
To what? Did you die?
Does he always summon like flying dragons? That was
What do you mean by flying dragons?
like, I actually had 3 dragons flying. Oh, he died, but he's T-posing.
Have you killed him? Or am I coming in?
No, I killed them. I'll show it to you later. Bro actually summoned like flying dragons. I'm not joking. I just never seen them. How many moves does this dude have? Were you my hideout waiting to snag this Rakiatas?
What Rakiatas? I'm still loading into your hideouts. You sound like you died.
Oh, no, sorry, I didn't. No, he just did an attack I'd never seen before. I just found my first breach stronghold, by the way. Holy.
Lol. I have more on my map than I would like. At some point, I had to just decide to go towards the south and start doing expedition. But I think it's in my next build I'll do it. I don't know. You said Walking Calamity is a good single target.
Show your strength.
Just watch a video on the Walking Calamity self-cast builds.
I've watched it. It's just they use other skills too, so it's hard to gauge.
What are they using?
Like Stomp. This is Stomp, the one where you actually do an AoE slam and then I think.
Walking Calamity does insane amount of damage. But that was like the gem as well. So like I don't know.
That was the what? Int gem.
Bahari's Vengeance or whatever it was called.
Bataille's, I mean, Bataille's Vengeance, they call the scaling, but like, it's still fine. Like, I wouldn't use it because that's a wolf thing. I don't know, unless you were getting cold damage on your bear and trying to freeze.
You use it on Fear too.
On
Everyone used it.
Yeah, but on what? What is freezing?
It was your left click, literally just your swipe. That would freeze them, and then you would kill, and then you would proc it and pop off.
Yeah, this is going to be just walking calamity.
I don't, because you know all those things are built as packages. I don't actually. I know it does damage. I know it does good damage, but you might have to figure that one out for yourself, I think.
Which is annoying because I will have no idea until 72.
Yeah, that's what I'm realizing. I don't know what you might get as an answer from that, and
I mean, worst case scenario, I guess what I could do is I could use spirit on a minion on minions that actually help a single target, like storm mages or, you know. So what's that?
play it today.
Oh, you helping off?
Yeah, probably soon. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to end stream.
Faradun will rise.
Why do you take forever to drop your loot, my guy?
No fear.
You see the steam machine shit?
Not yet. I know I saw you mention something about customizable specs, but I haven't looked at it now. All right, that is this Val Beacon. We still have a few to go before we actually what's what I'm looking for here. Oh, there's a Jade House here, or Megalith actually. All right, I think we end stream here. I could do the fragment tower, but that would give me like 2 cradles, I think, or 1, probably 2. That gives me 5 sparks and 6 cradles. Those will sell for a decent amount of money. It's funny how much currency I actually have, all things considered, because I'm sitting on the 177 liquid and, you know, 3 perfect chaoses, a shit ton of Val currency, almost a full temple to run through and get more currency. And I mean, as of this point, I don't know if I want to invest into this character or just go next, which is why I just haven't spent in a while. Because like realistically, I could easily take this character to the next level, get a new scepter, get new items, but like, to what end? You know, I have enough damage on this character, I have enough defenses on this character. I'm not dying. I haven't died all stream. I still have my limbs from yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't exactly remember when. Even the belt I was complaining about, like, I really have no reason to change it at this point or to recraft it. And the next build is looking like it wouldn't have like projectiles, so even that is kind of, you know, but yeah, which is why I just haven't spent on the build yet. But that's gonna be it for today. Tomorrow we are likely to start leveling and just actually no, tomorrow I haven't POB'd what the end game tree is going to look like. I kind of have an idea what it's going to look like. I I did a very rough tree this afternoon, so nothing concrete by any means. Still very subject to change, but this is like 30-ish minutes of POB, maybe 30-45 minutes. Really not long at all. It's going to look something like this. So I'm probably going to want a split personality Templar or Witch. I don't think I'm going to spend on the Witch, so probably just split personality Templar. Which let's see how much that is actually. Templar. It's 5 divines. That'll be more expensive. What about sorceress? It's 10 divines. Is there any reason I shouldn't start from here? I don't think it matters too much. If I started from here, I'd have easier access to revive. But here I have easier access to presence AoE. If I really wanted, I could still get this presence AoE. I don't really care as much for presence AoE here, so I didn't. Templar is probably a bit more ideal, if I'm being honest. Unless I want to use the nodes that come out for ES. Then sorceress makes more sense. But doesn't really matter. Just 5D difference too, so but yeah, that's honestly gonna be it for today. I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe we do some POB, maybe I just send it and I start leveling a Gemlin, but ultimately this is likely, or this is going to be my next build. But anyways guys, thank you so much for stopping by, appreciate it. Till then, have a good night.